Today I'd like to tie for you an orange fish hawk. Here I have one completed. Look, I have in the vise is an 80050. This is a size 10. You can tie this down to size 18. This is a dry nymph curved shank straight eye hook, and this is from Green Caddis Outfitters, greencaddis.com. You can tie these on your standard wet fly nymph hook. Thread I'm going to use is brown, and this is 8/70 denier. We're going to put a base of thread down to the point of the hook. I just like this style hook. Like I said, you can use a standard hook. And right where it hangs at the point, I'm going to stop. With a standard hook, you want to take it back to the barb. First thing we're going to tie in is the rib. And we want a gold tinsel. This is gold and silver, size 16. I'm going to tie it in so that I can see the silver side. And when it gets wrapped, we will see the gold side. Keep that on the side there. Now for the body, I have orange floss. This is more of a golden orange floss. This is a classic fly. The colors that we use these days are much brighter, so a golden orange is what we're going to use. I'm going to tie the floss in. Tie that right back to that rib, and then secure everything. Bring that right up there to about 1 eye length from the eye of the hook. Going to take my floss. You can go ahead and use your rotary feature on your vise if you'd like. I'm going to wrap it by hand. I'm going to wrap this pretty tightly. If you wrap by hand and they start to get a little bit out of control like that, you can just put a little bit of saliva on them. And we're going to wind back. I'm going to stop a little bit short. Put a little bit more saliva on there to keep them under control. And then I'm going to go forward. And I'm going to tie it off right behind the eye. Put a couple of wraps in front of it. You can even tag it down there just a little bit. And we'll remove the excess. Just belt that up a little bit to kind of try to keep it at more of a level there when we wrap our hackle. Now we're going to take our tinsel. I'm going to put a tag on the end. I'm going to go back just 3 or 4 wraps with that and then bring it forward. I'm pulling pretty tight on this tinsel also. Then when we reach the body, we're going to palmer this forward and keep that pretty tight when you're wrapping. I'm going to give it that extra wrap up to the head. And secure that pretty tightly. I'm going to wrap back on that tinsel and trim off the excess. Now for the hackle, I have a badger hen hackle. These are pretty stiff, but all of the black in the center, that's all the web. So this is pretty decent. Going to tie that in. I got to trim that just a speck more. And wrap that in tight. Keep your thread about 1 eye length from the eye of the hook. Put my hackle pliers on there, and I'm going to pull everything to one side. And we're going to wrap this. I'm going to use most of the hackle, so you want to wrap that pretty tight. Keep one wrap right in front of the previous. Grab a smaller piece of the hackle. And steal another wrap out of it. Bringing that hackle up to 1 eye length from the eye of the hook. I'm going to pull it all back and put a few wraps in front. And break off the excess. I'm going to pull everything back, and I'm going to form the head. And I'm going to come back on the hackle, maybe 2 thread widths. Bring that forward. And we have the hackle laying back nice. Take our whip finish. And we're going to put some head cement on the head. And here we have an orange fish hawk. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.